Hello loves, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are just excited about this video as I am, because it's finally the season of wearing less and going out more, okay? If you're looking for some summer fragrance recommendations for this late spring, early summer, stay tuned. Okay guys, so I have about 8 fragrances here that I pulled from my collection that I think will be perfect for this season. So I have some clean, I have some florals, even some fruity florals, and I know I said I don't like the fruitiness, but I'm eating my words a little bit. So I'm gonna start off by showing you guys Meliura. I'm gonna put a cutaway and I have it here. I've spoken to you guys about this before, and this is like the perfect spring, summer, even more so leaning to summer because it's so juicy. It just puts you in a good mood. This is a definitely during the day scent. You're running to the mall, if you're running your errands, even if you're going to the beach and you just want to smell like happy and uplifting. I'm gonna get into the notes for you guys. So in Meliura, there are top notes of raspberry, blackcurrant, red fruits, and the middle notes are rose, lily of the valley, ylang ylang, and at the base there's going to be some musk and vanilla. I find that a lot of the fragrances that I love have a little bit of vanilla in it. It's just, you don't smell it, it's not prominent, but it mixes well. And I noticed that in a lot of the fragrances that I love has that in there. So, like I said, there's a bunch of different fruits in this fragrance, but I think because of all the other notes, sort of balances it out where it's not like an immature, juicy, no shades of juicy couture again, but it's not like that kind of juiciness. You can tell it's been well blended. If you're someone who doesn't want anything too strong, you just want to smell really girly and just happy, and you don't want anything that's going to project too much, but you just want to smell good, I would definitely recommend Meliura, especially for these hot days right now. It is going up to like the high 80s, even 90s. I think today's going to be about 80 something degrees, like the low 80s. So today would be a perfect day to wear this. It's going to mix well with your sweat because you're going to be sweating, okay? So moving on, next we're going to go to the infamous Delena. And this is Delena the original. I have actually a small size of the Delena because I don't know if you guys knew this, but at least in Nordstrom, they sell the smaller sizes. And I'll put all the details on the cutaway of the ounces, but it's a mini size. But I'm telling you, with Delena, all you need is one spray. Like, this is going to last you a very long time. So if you don't want to shell out a lot of money on the big bottle, it's upwards of probably close to $400, if not after taxes. And don't get me wrong, this is pricey too, but if you're someone who doesn't necessarily want big bottles of everything, or especially this because it's a packs a powerful punch, you can go with Delena. So let's get into the notes. So the top notes in Delena are going to be bergamot, lychee, pear, and grapefruit. The middle notes are petalia, incense, there's vetiver in here, there's ambroxan, and again, that vanilla, and musk. With this fragrance, I would suggest if you're gonna wear it like spring, summer, this to me, if you want something for the night for the spring, summer, this is definitely gonna be your girl. Literally, this is never coming off of you unless you take a shower. And you should be bathing, okay? You should bathe off your skin. But, okay, if you're gonna have a long night, this is definitely gonna be your girl. Sometimes with the spring summer fragrances, they tend to be more light and you have to reapply them constantly. But this, and then again, it depends on your body chemistry, because a lot of people say they like to wear this in the winter, the fall winter, but I like this year round, to be quite honest. Some people prefer the exclusive. I like the original. I feel like they're different to me. This is more sharp, whereas the exclusive is a little bit more milky. I can't really explain it, but there's a difference. There's definitely a difference. But again, if you want to go out at night during the spring, summer, definitely try Delena. Next up on my list is going to be Burberry Her. So I got this fragrance in a sample, and I have smelled it before at Sephora, and everyone says this is a dupe of Baccarat Rouge, and again, it's not. It's not. It probably has some similarities because it's the same perfumer, which is Francis Kurkdjian. Now, I've worn this, and people have asked me if I'm wearing Baccarat, and I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, I don't see the resemblance in the fragrance at all. Like, at all. But let's get into the notes of this, okay? So, in Burberry Her, there are notes of dark berries, jasmine, and musk amber. So in Baccarat Rouge, there is saffron in it. So I don't know if maybe that's what the similarity. It doesn't list that here in the notes here that I have listed, but I don't know. People ask me if I'm wearing Baccarat, and I'm like, no. I don't see how it smells the same, but it's a very beautiful fragrance. Again, this is a everyday running around. This can be signature scent if you would like. I've been wearing it to the gym. It just smells so good when you're working out and you're sweating. Like it becomes even more potent. Like I love it. There's nothing worse than going into the gym with the nasty, stinking people. Like you guys are too big to be smelling like that. I know we're in the gym and we're sweating, but like, come on. You'd be surprised, okay? Spray a little bit of perfume, something. But that's definitely, right now, has been in my rotation as my everyday scent. Love it. So they do describe Burberry Her as a fruity floral, and had I not read the notes, I probably wouldn't have known that berries were in it. I would consider it more of a floral. It's sweet. It is sweet, but not in a fruity kind of way. More of a warm kind of way. So guys, let's move on to more fresh, clean fragrances. Perfect for this time of year, okay? So first up on the fresh and clean list is going to be Chanel Chance Entendre? You know what I mean, the pink one. And again, I got the small bottle because I don't need the big bottle. I have enough fragrances that I need to rotate, okay? So this one, when I say the epitome of clean, pretty girl, fresh out the shower, running errands, for me, this lasts all day. For it to be a toilette, it lasts all day. I just think that goes more so with the DNA of Chanel in general with their fragrances. They're very, very strong. So even when you have a toilette on the lighter side, it's gonna last. So let's get into those notes. So the key notes in this fragrance are going to be grapefruit, rose accord, and white musk. So they describe this also as a fruity floral. And again, I wouldn't consider this any type of fruitiness. Like this is just straight clean, fresh, soapy to me. Again, for a very hot summer day during the day, and something that may be taking you into night, I can't recommend this enough. Next in the clean and fresh section is going to be Bal d'Afrique by Byredo, and I have featured this plenty of times on my channel. I love it. This here, I would also describe as another nighttime summer fragrance. For me personally, I think it's kind of strong. This smelled like strong, fresh out the shower, clean, just nobody can tell you anything when you wear this, okay? It's just like, she smells good, he smells good. This is definitely unisex, okay? This just smells like soap, but like an expensive soap. This with a man's body chemistry, oh my God, chef kiss. Let's get into the notes of this one. So some of the notes about the fragrance are going to be bergamot, lemon, neroli, African marigold, and some of the middle notes are going to be violet, jasmine petals, and cyclamen. So a little story about this fragrance. This is the first fragrance that I've ever blind bought without knowing what it smelled like, just based off of what I've seen other people say about it. And I got it a while ago, before like even fragrances was even like a thing, probably just like the beginning of it on YouTube. I just wanted something that was nice and different that I didn't see everyone with. And everyone knew about Byredo, but I don't think it was like everyone wearing it. And pleasantly surprised, I loved it, and I have it to this day, and I don't regret it. For me personally, I wouldn't recommend wearing this during the day when it's 90+ degrees outside, just because for me it's just a little bit too strong, especially if you're gonna mix it with the lotion. But definitely at night when it cools down just a little bit and you can just live in the fragrance and just have you just smell good without worrying about sweating, okay? So yes, if you want something for nighttime again in the summer, try Bal d'Afrique. And the final fragrance in the fresh and clean section is going to be Versace Dylan Blue. Now, this fragrance holds a special place in my heart. It just reminds me of when I went to St. Martin last summer, and I got it there, and I just wanted something fresh and beachy that would remind me of that vacation, which was one of the best vacations I've ever been on. Highly recommend. I have a video of my trip down below. I will link it or put it in the card somewhere. This is an aquatic smell, like a clean aquatic, very watery, but a hint of sweetness to it. Extremely clean, fresh out of the shower after being on the beach all day. That's the best way I could describe it. Let's get into the notes. So some of the notes in Dylan Blue are going to be blackcurrant, Granny Smith, clover accord, icy fusion of peach, jasmine, woods, musk, and patchouli. So what that's probably that more fruity-ish, that sweetness that I smell is probably from that apple that they said is in there. I can smell it. Like it gives a hint of sweetness and it blends so well with that fresh, clean smell. Definitely vacation worthy. Definitely to wear during the day in the summertime when it's hot and sweaty and disgusting and you just want to smell clean and pretty. You may have to reapply at night, but to me, it lasts pretty much throughout the day. You would have to reapply at night if you just want something light and clean. You're not into those packs of heavy punch. You want the whole room filled up with your smell. You just want to just lay close to the skin. Definitely Versace Dylan Blue. Okay, guys, so I have some more fruity fragrances to show you. I am such a hypocrite because I said no, I don't do the fruity, but I do the fruity. I do, and I did. So the first fruity fragrance I want to show you guys is going to be Dolce Gabbana Liam Patrice. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it correctly. Please don't come for me. I get it. I get it. So this fragrance is a toilette, and I must admit it does not last long at all. But again, if you want something juicy and just smells fun, and especially if you're just starting out with fragrances, I would recommend this one. It doesn't last long. I would say maybe about a few hours, if that, to be quite honest. You're gonna have to respray this. But when I tell you, this literally smells like a bowl of fruit. Like a bowl of watermelon when you smell it, or kiwi, or a mix of both. Let's get into the notes. Well, the key notes in this fragrance are going to be watermelon accord, kiwi, and pink cyclamen. And see, I knew. This is not a fragrance where you have to guess what the notes are. You smell this, you smell watermelon, and you smell kiwi. But it's not like in a body splash type of way. This would be also good for someone in high school, honestly. If they don't want something that is maybe like from Bath & Body Works, which is just fine. I love Bath & Body Works still. But if they want something a little bit more oomph to it, this is your girl. But this is fruity. They said fruity floral. This is fruity. A pretty fruity, but nonetheless fruity. This is just your run around every day. I need to smell good real quick because it's hot and I don't want to think about anything. I don't feel like everything gives you a headache. Everything makes you sneeze, especially now with the pollen flying around. Try Dolce & Gabbana. I think you'll like it. So the last fragrance in our fruity section is going to be by Tocca, and this is Florence. I don't really see too many people talking about Tocca, maybe because I haven't really done my research on it to see like how many people are really speaking about it, because I like to just form my own opinion on fragrances. This just smells like fresh, clean gardenia. There's a fruit in here. I don't know what fruit. I'm going to read the notes in a minute. It's just pretty. This is a very pretty fragrance. That's the only way I know how to describe it. Let's get into the notes because I'm interested. So the notes in this fragrance are going to be bergamot, pear, and gardenia. That's what I smell, is the pear. Or maybe it's the gardenia and it's everything mixed together. Let's see, I think you can take it from day to night, but I would recommend it more so for day. Let's say you're doing brunch or you're doing breakfast on the weekend. This would be perfect, especially if you're gonna be on a rooftop, you're outside, you have the sun, the wind blowing. You're gonna smell very pretty wearing this. You have your mimosas or your bellinis. You're just living it up, smelling pretty, looking pretty. You're gonna love this. I wore this when I actually had a sample of this, and definitely go into Sephora and try it out. Try out all of these. If you can get them in Sephora, try them out. I'm gonna link everything down below, like I said. But I wore this, and then I went to the NARS store, and as soon as I walked in, the girl said, "You smell so good." And I'm like, "Thank you." That's how I knew. When you get a compliment on the fragrance, not that you're wearing it for a compliment, but when you get a compliment on a fragrance, you know it's a good one. Who doesn't like a compliment saying you smell good? If you want a perfume that, even though you can get it in Sephora, but I haven't smelled anyone smelling like this, and you just want something that smells very feminine, very pretty, I wouldn't consider this unisex at all. This is definitely a feminine fragrance. Try this one out. They have a few other fragrances as well that are really pretty, but try out Florence. Okay guys, so those are all my recommendations for spring summer fragrances. Hopefully you guys found something that you were interested in. Go on Sephora and take a little smell at everything that they have in there, or even go online and order some sample sets and see what works well with your body chemistry. If you have any questions, leave it down below. I love talking to you guys about fragrances, or even if you have any other recommendations you would like to add to the list, leave it down below. As always, follow me on Instagram and on TikTok now. I've been uploading over there too, slowly growing, but it's fun. I love it over there. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell wherever it is on the screen. That way you're notified every time I upload a video. And until next time, bye.